My name is Jim Aakhus on the church council at First Lutheran Church. I grew up in the 1960s and 70s at First Lutheran. In the 60s, the pastors were Ray Williams and Ted Peterson. And in the 70s, early 70s, it was Pastors Steve Knutson and Jim Vedas. I'm out here in Turtle River with my daughter Annalise, and she's going to take over.
All right. Alright, hello, my name is Annalise Aakhus, and I am sitting out here in Turtle River. I'm from Bemidji as well. So I'm just going to read two passages in this kind of Holy Spirit book that I have. So the first one for today is on perspective. And it says, whatever our experiences, they will benefit us and others too in time. When we're overwhelmed by troubles, it's not easy to believe there's a benefit. In the midst of the pain, we're often too distraught to even consider the bright side. That's okay. It's okay to be frustrated with God sometimes because we're surrounded by friends who can help us see when we're ready. Eventually, the dreadful experience gets incorporated into our lives. We will profit from it at some point. And when we share what we learn with others, they will profit too. Nothing is without some meaning. It's also true that no specific circumstance really matters in and of itself. Its purpose has been merely to serve us and to teach us. That's not always easy for us to understand, and it's harder for us to accept. But coming to believe that there is another way to see our lives offers relief. At first, we may doubt the soundness of this idea, but trying on a new perspective removes our resistance. Feeling better about our lives is really worth whatever effort it takes. And on the bottom, the sum up of it says, I can make a silk purse out of whatever happens to me today. Telling a friend what I learned will help that friend too. And then the next one is for today, May 27th, and the focus is on hope. And it says, the ego obstructs our view. What do we really want to see in the ordinary and extraordinary events of the day? How do we want to feel? So often we forget how that choice is made. No one decides it for us, even though we'd like to blame anyone but ourselves for the mood we're in or the bad luck we're having. We might be feeling depressed or angry or worse. The ego has gained control of us at this time. It takes us as its hostage every time we rely on it. But it's far better to acknowledge the ego's presence and then rely instead on the Holy Spirit for specific responses to the twists and turns of life. Making this choice to focus on God changes every detail of every experience we'll have now and forever. And to sum this one up, the end excerpt says, my view will be clear and full of hope if I turn to God rather than the ego today.